What's going on? In this video, I wanted to talk about the importance of setting goals. Setting goals is super, super important. It's what's really going to help you get to the next level and separate you from the pack. So let's kind of jump into it. So, why is goal setting so important? Having a clear goal helps you stay on track and it gives you something to work towards. So, it's like having a roadmap. If you took a drive and you knew what your destination was, but you didn't have a map, you will most likely get lost along the way. You'll probably never end up at your destination. You might, but chances are you won't, right? So without goals, it's easy to fall off track, feel lost or aimless, especially when things get tough. So when you know what you're working towards, it's easier to push through those hard times. So let's quickly talk about short-term goals. We have short-term goals and long-term goals. So short-term goals are things that you want to accomplish in the next week or the next couple weeks or the next couple months. Short-term goals are great because they help you build momentum, which are going to lead you up to your long-term goals. So a few tips on setting short-term goals. Make them specific and measurable, right? Instead of saying, I want to be a better hitter, I want you to set goals like, I want to increase my exit velocity by 5 miles an hour over the next 30 days. That's specific, that's measurable. That's better than being, oh, I just want to be a better hitter, right? You're being very, very specific. Keep them realistic. Always challenge yourself, but don't set a goal so high that it's impossible to achieve. Now, I have to want to say this, nothing is impossible, but we're going to get to that when we're setting long-term goals. But for the short-term goals, you got to make sure that they're realistic, right? If you're at 50 miles an hour exit velocity, setting a goal to get to 100 mile an hour exit velocity in the next 30 days is just not realistic. So we want to be realistic with it while challenging ourselves. Make sure we're always setting a deadline, right? A goal without a deadline is just a wish. So you got to have a clear time frame, which helps keeps you accountable to prioritizing your training. Again, if your goal is to hit, 75 exit velocity and that's just your goal, then you're not really, you're just kind of wishing for it. If you're like, I want to hit 75 miles an hour exit velocity by this date, it forces you to get it done, right? If you stay on track. So let's talk about long-term goals. These are goals that you want to achieve over the next year, the next season, or several years, right? Long-term goals give you big picture to work towards that can really fuel your drive. So here's a few tips on setting long-term goals. Dream so big that it makes other people feel uncomfortable. That's how big I want you to dream. Dream big, but you want to make sure you're prepared to sacrifice and put it in the work. Like, right? If your goal is to play D1 or go to college, set that dream, set that goal. And don't listen to people who are going to tell you that it's not possible because people are going to project their limits onto you. So if you tell your buddies or whoever, hey, I want to play in the MLB, because they don't think it's possible for them, they're going to try to project their limitations onto you. So that's another tip in here that I didn't put on here, but don't listen to haters. Don't listen to people who tell you that's not possible. I want you to dream so big that it makes them feel uncomfortable and it makes them doubt you. But you believe in yourself that it's possible and you're going to get it done because you're going to put in the work and you're going to sacrifice. So dream so big, right? And break it down. Long-term goals can feel overwhelming, but breaking them down into smaller, manageable steps, it can be easier than, having a one big long-term goal. So if your goal is to hit 100-mile exit velocity by senior year, break that down into little milestones each year, right? Okay, by the end of the year, I'm going to hit 80. By the end of next year, I'm going to hit 90 and then 100, right? So just kind of break them down into smaller kind of long-term goals, kind of in between a short-term goal and a long-term goal. Keep them in sight. This is super, super, super important. Remind yourself of your long-term goals all the time, daily, right? Write them down every day. Put them on post-it notes all over your house, on your fridge, on your computer. Put them on a vision board. Like I have a vision board right here that I look at every single day. I have all my goals, all my visions, all my things that I want to accomplish, and I look at it and I reflect on them each day. Okay, what am I doing? Am I doing all the things that I need to do in order to get these things that I want? If no, take some self-reflection, right? Even put it on your phone, on your wallpaper. Set your goals, make it a wallpaper, and set it so you're looking at it all the time. Um, Now let's talk about balancing short and long-term goals. Balancing short and long-term goals is key, right? Short-term goals help you achieve your long-term vision step by step. So as you make progress on your short-term goals, you're going to feel more confident or more capable of reaching those bigger long-term goals, right? And remember that every small improvement you make today brings you one step closer to your dream life. So celebrate the small wins, right? Stay adaptable. Be prepared to adjust your goals as you go, right? Things are going to change, life happens, and that's okay, right? Maybe you achieve a goal faster than you expected. Maybe a goal is taking a little bit longer than you expected. This is okay. You're going to have to be adapting your goals as you go on. But the importance is to reflect on why you didn't achieve that goal by said date, right? If your goal is to hit, whatever X velocity by whatever date, and you don't achieve it, then you got to reflect. Okay, what did I do what could I have done differently to make sure that I hit that goal? Okay, maybe I skipped a few workouts here. I wasn't really dialed in. I wasn't, there's little things that you could have been doing to maybe that you hit that goal. So you reflect and then you make that adjustment moving forward, right? The important thing is to always be moving forward. Um, which leads me to this. There is no such thing as failure, right? There's failing and there's failures. The only way to truly fail is to quit. That's the only way, right? You're going to have little failures along the way. You're going to fail at a lot of things along the way. But as long as you learn from each failure, learn from it, and move forward, you will never truly fail. The only way to truly fail is to quit, right? There's winners fail and losers fail. Losers fail and quit, right? They lose, they fail, they quit. Winners fail, they learn, they keep going. They fail, they learn, they keep going. They fail, they learn, they grow, they keep going. And that's what separates the winners and the losers. The people who make it to the people who don't make it, right? So every time there's a failure, take a look around. Okay, what could I have done differently? Learn from it and move forward, right? There are no losses, there's only lessons. So do not quit. So just kind of close it off. Remember that setting goals is one of the most powerful things that you can do for your game. Stay clear with realistic short-term goals and work towards your long-term vision. And just this, I believe that everybody has it in them to achieve any goal they set their mind to, anything, right? But it takes planning, it takes work, it takes self-belief, right? If you want to make it to the MLB, I believe you have it in you, but you have to know that it takes setting goals, it takes holding yourself accountable, it takes planning, it takes hard work, which is the biggest thing, and it takes self-belief. You have to believe it's possible for you to achieve whatever goal that you have. If there's any kind of doubt in your mind that you can't really achieve that goal that you want, you're not going to get it. Right. So you have to truly believe in yourself. You might not be physically ready. You might still have a long way to go. But as long as you believe that no matter what I do, I'm going to get there, you're going to get there. So hopefully this helps. Hope you can, you know, get to the next level by setting these goals. So I have a little bit of homework for you. It doesn't have to be a vision board, but I want you to start setting goals and either put them on a vision board or put them on post-it notes and just put them, in your bedroom, in your locker, on your computer, wherever. Just write down your goals and put them around your house, right? So yeah, hopefully this helps and let's crush it.